Today on MTG Unpacked we're going to talk about Ravnica Allegiance, the pre-release event and how I did there. And I built a Rakdos deck, as you can see here, with this colourful character. Rakdos, if you're not familiar, is black and red colour combo. And we've got this cool die that went with it. So very happy about that. And a little bit about the pre-release. So if you're not familiar with pre-releases, they give you some tips here. They recommend 2 colors, exactly 40 cards, 15 to 18 creatures, 5 to 8 other spells. You want a mana curve that looks something like this, and 17 lands. And we have this cool thing here. No price is too high for freedom, not even death. We are the cult of Rakdos. So that is quite sinister, but that is the deal with the Rakdos guild. And with me to represent black and red, I have Liliana and Chandra. So let's move them off to the sides because we won't need to do any pack blessings today. Alright, so what I will do is go through all the cards I did not pick, and then we'll have a dig through the actual deck itself. Just a small note, I actually only won one of the 4 matches, the rest I lost, although there were a couple of close games there, a couple of individual wins, but not enough to get me the matches. So let's get started here with this huge pile of cards. Alright, so what did I pull? Starting off here in red, we have Deface, Storm Strike, couple of those, Feral Marker, Gravelhide Goblin. We've got 2 of those. So all these cards here are the ones that did not make the cut. Goblin Gathering, Rubblebelt Recluse, Flames of the Razeboar, and then we move on to black, and let me reduce this pile a little, it's getting quite large. Okay, so then in black we have Thirsting Shade, Plague White, and Dead Revels, Catacomb Crocodile, and from what I recall, yeah, got a couple of those guys. Consigned to the Pit. And then moving on to blue, we have Coral Commando. I got 2 of those. Gateway Sneak, Humongulous, got a couple of those guys. Swirling Torrent. And then in green, this one's funny, actually been playing this in the Gates deck in MTG Arena. Open the Gates, Cerulli Caretaker, Titanic Brawl, Territorial Boar, Root Snare, Axebane Beast, I got a couple of those guys. Rampaging Rendhorn, Biogenic Upgrade, Endray's Forerunners, so this one's a rare creature boar, 7/7 for 8 mana. Has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. When it enters battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. And green did not make the cut. Okay, moving on to white here, we have Arrestor's Zeal, Resolute Watchdog, Summary Judgment, Sentinel's Mark, Prowling Caracal. And I got a couple of those, that's right. Civic Stalwart, Knight of Sorrows, Watchful Giant, Archway Angel, or Archway Angel, however you say that. And I'm having trouble grabbing hold of these cards here. And then we move on to, I believe this is Orzhov, so different colors. We have Imperious Oligarch, Mortify, and actually got a Taser Karlov, that was pretty good. Legendary creature, Human Advisor, 2/4 for 4 mana. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time, and creatures or creature tokens you control have Vigilance and Lifelink. Love the artwork on that one. Another rare here, we have Kaya's Wrath, sorcery for 4, destroy all creatures. You gain life equal to the number of creatures you controlled that were destroyed this way. That actually probably would have come in handy in a couple of games. Grasping Thrall, Applied Biomancy, Aeromunculus. Okay, so I'm moving on to Simic colors. Sharktocrab, fish, octopus, crab. Now I'm thinking I probably should have played Simic. Zerta, Goblin, Berserker in Gruul. We have the split card, Collision and Colossus, Rubble Slinger. And then on to Azorius, we have a Senate Griffin, another split card, Warrant and Warden. Oh, actually that's a rare, I should have a look at this. So Warrant is put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library, and Warden is a sorcery for 5, created 4/4 white and blue, Sphinx creature token with flying and vigilance. And what else we got here? Azorius Knight Arbiter, Azorius Skyguard, and then on to the just whatever color you like, Scrabbling Claws, call the non-colored cards, Simic Locket, and land. We have Gateway Plaza, that's another one in the Gates deck, Azorius Guildgate, Simic Guildgate, Gruul Guildgate, Orzhov Guildgate. So we're getting all the Guildgates here. I think we're just missing one there. Spirit Token, so I got 2 of those, I believe. Yep. Human, Beast, and Ooze. And if you are not familiar, MTG Arena, there's a special code, Play Allegiance, so you can unlock 3 boosters with that. It's just a one-time use code. So if you've already done that, you won't be able to get any more, unfortunately. Alright, so those are the cards that did not make the cut. And now we will go on to the deck proper. Well, let me sort through. So we'll take a quick look at the mana base first. So swamps, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mountains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you thought this was going to be straight Rakdos, didn't you? But no, there's a splash of, or more than a splash of blue, I should say. We got island, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Then we have 2 Rakdos Guildgates and a Rakdos Locket. Alright, so I ended up adding that blue because I needed a few extra cards there, as you'll see in a moment. Okay, now my promo here. I'm not sure if everybody who played Rakdos got this, but I got Judith the Scourge Diva, legendary creature, human shaman, 2/2 for 3 mana. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. And whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Judith the Scourge Diva deals 1 damage to any target. Unfortunately, Judith, when she hit the battlefield, she did not stay out for too many turns because people wiped her out. They knew that she was too strong. She was actually pumping up some of my flyers and stuff, so it was getting pretty crazy, but did not really survive long enough to do too much damage. So I got 1 of those. That was my promo. And continuing with the Rakdos colors, we have Rakdos Roustabout, Acrobat, and Footlight Fiend. We get 2 of those. And this one, when it dies, deals 1 damage to any target. So that was a nice extra ability there. Then in black, we have a Plague White. And I think I had 2 of those. Yep. So these ones, whenever they become blocked, each creature blocking it gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Grotesque Demise! And this one, exiling creatures, power 3 or less. Drill Bit. Some removal, so target player reveals their hand and they discard a card. Dead Revels, so getting creatures back from the graveyard. Carrion Imp. So here's one of our flyers. And then into blue we have Shimmer of Possibility. So getting some card draw there. Fairy Duelist. So I got a foil and a regular version, and this guy you can flash in and gives the target creature -2, -0 and 2 end of turn. That came in handy in a few games. And then a rare here, we have Sphinx of Foresight. Creature Sphinx 4/4 for 4 mana. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, scry 3 at the beginning of your first upkeep. Never got to do that. Has flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. So that was a little helpful, but again, one of those cards people tried to remove rather early on. Chillbringer, another flyer. Windstorm Drake, and other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. That was pretty good. Smeltward Ignis, he was pretty good as well. Gain control of target creature with power 3 or less until end of turn. People did not like this guy, so he was a early target. So we're in red now. Scorchmark, Act of Treason, so gaining control of target creature again. Burn Bright, pumping up the creatures. I gave that to some of my flyers. That did a fair bit of damage. Burning Tree Vandal has Riot, and you can discard and draw a card when it attacks. Spikequill Acrobat, and a Screaming Shield. Okay, so that is my entire deck. So as I said earlier, won 1 match, lost 3. The first match was Gruul, so I won the first game. Actually lost games 2 and 3 because they just got all the cards they needed, pumping up their creatures, lots of removal. So really didn't have much of a chance then. And then the second match, won both of those games. The guy had black, white and blue. And it was funny, he was not satisfied with 40 cards. In fact, he didn't think he got anything that great. So he had this huge 60 card deck piled up there. So that was pretty amusing. He did get some surprisingly good draws there, but not quite enough to pull through. And then the third match, oh my god, that was Simic. I was playing, I think it was the kid who had this, and he just totally whipped me games 1 and 2. He had all these giant mutant creatures, he had trample, tons of +1/+1 counter synergies. I mean, this deck you would think was like a finely tuned, constructed thing. He had some great pulls from his packs, so really did not stand a chance against that guy. And then the final match, he had red, black and white, and I won the first game but did not get the draws I needed for games 2 and 3, so I lost those. So leave a note in the comments. What do you see here? Anything that you would have done differently? Any different color combos, decisions you would have made? Leave a note in the comments. And how did you do it pre-release? Which guild did you pick? How many games did you win? Anything interesting you noticed about any of those games? Let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. And coming up, I've actually got 5 more pre-release packs on order. They'll be arriving, should be later today, so over the next week or so we'll be cracking those open, hopefully getting some nice draws out of those. Thanks for watching and have a great day.